since deleted TikTok, which features the N-word in the track, and this feud keeps on going on. We have all the details on the latest of this controversy. I'm Gabby Conti.
I'm Tony Morris.
And I'm Zach Weinberg, and this is your Hollywire Tea Party. So, Dixie D'Amelio is under fire for posting and then deleting a TikTok.
Hey, Zach, can you do it again with just a little dance? The Tea Party concept?
And this is the Hollywire Tea Party, guys. Get excited, because we have a lot of drama to unfold today. We have a lot to talk to you guys about, a lot to catch you guys up on. So, Dixie D'Amelio is under fire for posting and then deleting a TikTok of herself dancing to the audio of a YouTuber, Trisha Paytas, rapping the N-word to the track F the Police. This comes just days after Dixie and her sister were accused of being called rude and disrespectful in a YouTube video with her family's personal chef. Since their YouTube video, Dixie and Charlie have been in a public social media feud with Trisha, who's made 73 videos in one day calling out the sisters for their bad behavior. Charlie responded to Trisha's accusations during one of her lives where she was apologetic about her behavior at the family dinner. She was actually crying during that live. She was sobbing. James Charles, who was also in the video, as well as Lorraine and other TikTokers, have come to the D'Amelios' defense.
Yes.
So, a lot to unpack here.
A lot to unpack. Now, the biggest issue here with this track is not just having a dance to a track that has the N-word, which is problematic in itself. It's the fact that Dixie used this as a way to get back to Trisha, which there's a recent post that this influencer had posted. Gordaka Judah had eloquently said it and said, you know, it's not okay for you to be using the weaponization of Black people and of this very hurtful word to get even with Trisha. That seems to be the real issue here with this now deleted TikTok.
Gabby, totally. So is this a situation where the influencers are posting the content and not really researching and thoroughly knowing what they're putting on the internet?
Yes, and this is not the first time we've seen this. Dixie is not the first, and sadly, I wish she would be the last person to not be conscious about the track and what the track says on these TikTok videos. I'm someone who always listens to lyrics, so I would never do something like this, but I get it. You know, they're following trends, or they think, you know, I'm just going to put this song is great, but, you know, we have to be very careful about that and about being conscious. Dixie later commented on Gordaka's video talking about this, saying that she didn't realize how bad this video looked until after she watched it. I'm new to TikTok, but I'm learning this. You know, there's drafts on TikTok. If you watch the draft back before you post it and it doesn't sit well with you, don't post it.
Yeah. I think a lot of these TikTokers just don't necessarily realize how big their platform is and how big of an example they are to so many young people. Trisha calling out Dixie, I think Trisha was originally trying to kind of hold Dixie accountable as someone who is a little bit older, but then, and we're going to get all into it, Trisha just kind of took it a little too far and she kind of ran with it. And now there is this huge feud between the D'Amelio sisters and Trisha Paytas that is just very ongoing. It's gotten very deep.
Do you feel like the D'Amelios have kind of let Trisha in? Like they opened the door, and they didn't probably want her to get in on the call out. They don't want her to be calling around on the internet. But I feel like, how did they allow her, Trisha, to get underneath their skin? You know what I mean? What did they do?
Trisha was posting and being more vocal, and Trisha has a following. So Trisha was really getting under their skin more than like anyone else. Charlie was on the live. Like I said, she was sobbing about how Trisha called her out. Like Charlie was clearly very affected and very hurt. And then Dixie was the one who, you know, used this inappropriate audio track and took it to a different level. Charlie was just kind of really sad about, you know, all the backlash she was getting, mainly from, you know, Trisha and everyone else.
Yeah,
because this is scary, because the thing is, like, you know, you have somebody trolling you. Essentially, this Trisha is trolling the D'Amelios, waiting for their next mess up, waiting for them to do something bad, and then call her out on it. Call out.
Well, it goes with the territory of being the influencer. The more famous you are, the more haters you have. The D'Amelios have definitely been a punching bag since that video of Dinner with the D'Amelios. You know, I saw a video yesterday of someone trying to claim that Charli D'Amelio bought her followers to reach 100 million. I double checked that and looked at Charlie's followers. They were all following her back. They were not, I mean, I didn't check all 100 million. But
how long did that take you, Gabby?
It felt like this person was just, people I feel like are just trying to hate. They're trying to send hate to these girls, I think, but also at the same time, when they address their trolls publicly, it kind of has a double-edged sword, because on one side of it, they get to say their side of the story, but the other problem is it draws more attention to this troll. If Dixie had never made that video with that track, which we know she regretted because she deleted it, we wouldn't be talking about Trisha right now, and this controversy wouldn't still be dragging on a week later after the dinner.
They fed fuel to the fire.
Yes, 100%.
I think the other focus that you really got into this, Gab, is that the influencers are not really thoroughly uploading content and understanding what they're posting. And I think this is a culture thing that TikTok has put into play a long time ago. I always go back to these people are dancing to these songs that say really, really sexual things, say things that are racist, say things that are just like awkwardly weird that shouldn't be said in a song, and people just put them in a song for a quick little laugh, and it's like clickbait for a song. And I don't think the TikTokers thoroughly understand it. They're dancing to that. You know what I mean? And then you got 7-year-olds mimicking what they do to the same song. Who wants that?
No one. The one thing I will say, though, is, I don't believe in cancel culture. I think it's very wrong. I think what this really is call out, and we're calling out the D'Amelios. Dixie clearly has been called out at this point, and so has Charlie. And I think they're very aware of their actions and their mistakes, and they're promising their fans growth. And I hope that we see that. I hope we see this growth. I hope we see them being less tone deaf to this. And also, I hope that this is a lesson for all TikTokers to be aware of the tracks that they're using. And also, it's not worth to win a fight by posting a track that has the N-word on it. That's not, what did you prove with that? Nothing.
Yeah. I think cancel culture is obviously not okay, but let's change it to call out culture. I think call out culture could be productive, and especially when you're in the public eye, you need to be called out more than other people because more people are looking at you. So everyone needs to learn from your mistakes, and that's just the price you pay when you are put into the spotlight.
Absolutely. Well, so in Dixie's video, which has now since been deleted, but in the video, she was facing the camera with a big smile as she enthusiastically danced to Trisha rapping the N-word. But people aren't really getting mad at the 32-year-old Trisha, who is white, by the way, for using the N-word, but rather they are dragging Dixie for, quote, thinking racism is funny. Dixie had captioned her since deleted TikTok, quote, I couldn't find the sound for this dance, so I chose a random one. Hope that's okay. Anyways, let's get back to the renegade. James Charles commented on this clip telling Dixie to, quote, get her, referring to Trisha. Dixie explained in the comments that she wasn't trying to, quote, promote a racist sound. She was trying to make a point that the feud is over and, quote, Charlie is queen. But then again, that's the other problem with this. Using that track to try to win a fight, whoever's, at the end of the day, that track should not be there. Don't post that. Yeah. You are white. You shouldn't, it's very problematic.
She shouldn't have posted that.
What does that mean? Let's get back to the Renegade.
Because that's the main song that everyone was using on TikTok. But Renegade's an old trend. What's going on right now? There's different trends going on right now. I can't even think of any off the top of my head.
Who said that? Who said that? Let's get back to the Renegade.
I think it was Dixie.
That was the comment.
Why would she say that? What is she getting at? Let's get back to
the old songs. The positive part of TikTok. Because TikTok kind of just got negative the past couple of months. It started off as a very, very positive platform. It's drastically changed, and now it's become a drama channel.
I don't think that's true, Zach. I think that TikTok has always had a very sexual endo type of mentality.
Problematic.
The Renegade, those songs are some words in those things are not very PG for 14-year-olds to be dancing to. So I think the culture has always been shocking. I think there's always a shocking undertone to all of those videos. I love TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a great platform. But I'm just saying, there people click on that because they watch these people do these dance moves over and over again. It's cool if you're a professional dancer. Okay, you're out there, professional dancer. This is your routine. You're getting paid to do it. But instead, these people are doing this stuff on a video platform like this for clicks. To me, it's a very fine line that TikTok rides.
Well, then it's a bigger conversation of if there should be an age limit or an age gap on TikTok. There could be a certain age.
But the
to
thing
go on
is
the app.
that what TikTok has become, and especially now, especially during the pandemic, TikTok has become a platform for music more than anything. That's what it is. With artists being unable to tour right now because of the pandemic, their tracks are on TikTok. I mean, having one of your songs be like the top 20 on TikTok is a huge accomplishment for an artist.
Huge.
So it's not just the TikTok culture, it's the music culture, which has always been problematic. I mean, music has always been controversial. Lyrics of songs have always been sexual or whatnot. So that's part of the problem. I mean, with Dixie dancing to the song, we also saw, months ago with Charlie was dancing to a song that was very sexual for a 15-year-old. And the lyrics were very sexual.
I'm 37, 36. I'm not out there shaking my butt.
I mean, you have every right to, and so does everyone else. I mean,
I know,
when you're a little young, I think it's a lot.
I have a job, I have a career, I have family, I might have kids in a couple of years, I have a dog. Yeah. I just don't want them to think, I want my dog.
Especially the dog. Yeah, but I mean, if you wanted to, you have every right to. That's what TikTok is. It's a place to just kind of shake it and dance.
True.
So, yeah, so Trisha has been calling these guys out. She is kind of the one that is kind of the trailblazer in trying to call out Dixie and Charlie. So Trisha responded to Dixie on Twitter saying that this audio was old by tweeting at Dixie D'Amelio. I said this 10 years ago and have since apologized numerous times, she wrote. You danced and smiled to it yesterday. Where's your apology? Not cool in 2020, girl. Dixie has now been facing backlash and has been accused of weaponizing racism with comments like, weaponizing racism against the Black community for a petty beef is never okay. You're not sorry. You just thought everyone would laugh with you. The only point you made is that you are no better than the next. I mean, for Dixie to go this low, and James to even back Dixie from posting that track. I mean, Trisha really got under their skin. I guess she was kind of like the scapegoat for all of the haters that kind of were teaming up or trying to cancel or hold accountable to the D'Amelio sisters.
Well, yeah, as the most vocal troll, and I guess doing 73 videos, it does get you attention after a while.
The most vocal troll goes to Trisha Paytas. I mean, it could be an accomplishment to some people.
That's a People's Choice Award next year.
That is. Trisha.
Well, but I just kind of want to unpack. I mean, Trisha is a very controversial character, right?
And she's always been very controversial throughout her whole career.
She's been called out for blackfishing, right? She's very vocal about her support for Trump. Is that correct?
That's correct. And she's just always been, I think she was a stripper at one point. She's always been very sexual and problematic since the beginning days of her career. So Trisha has owned this. Trisha is not even pressed that people are turning on her. She's loving and living in the attention. She has posted, like we said, 73 videos. Some of her most popular videos have been her eating cereal, just kind of laughing at comments and trolls. Trisha is gallicking in this attention that she is getting off of the D'Amelio sisters.
Yeah. And so I'm looking at the comments right now, and there's a whole mix of people. A lot of people are very anti-D'Amelios. A lot of people are, give them a break. They're 16 and 19 years old, which, I am very sympathetic about that, which again is why I think call-out culture is call-out
culture is sticking. It's sticking.
It's sticking instead of cancel because, I think it's great that they're 16 and 19 years old because they have their whole lives ahead of them to learn from their mistakes and to grow and to be a good role model, having this position. I mean, the fact that Charlie has 100 million followers on TikTok, the most followed person on this platform.
101
Okay, going up.
Yes.
I mean, she has such a great platform to use to help other people see what's wrong and right. And I also, I give a big pat on the back to any influencer who gets called out, and Dixie did this recently, who gets called out on their actions and apologizes. And Dixie just apologized, and that has to be so hard, so humiliating. And I think that is really what we should be focusing on is the fact that, she apologized and she really saw her mistakes. And I think the only thing is, let's just keep on seeing that hopefully the D'Amelios continue to be a good example. And hopefully the next time they get called out on something, they don't do this.
Yeah. I mean, everyone makes mistakes. It's impossible to not make mistakes. It really is what you learn from it and how you grow. So I don't hold, I'm not super mad about Dixie and Charlie. Hopefully they grow from this and they inspire other people. If I had a camera on me at 16, 17 years old, and if I was that famous, oh my God, I wouldn't even be here right now.
This is reality TV. You know what I mean? And that's how I have to always explain this to people. At the end of the day, they are always going to be creating or involved in these storylines. I don't think cancel culture is actually part of their narrative. I don't think it ever really will be because it's just like I'm getting a spam call. It's just
not
like
in the middle of the tea party.
Right, middle of the tea party. That was Dixie and Emilio calling. Sorry, guys.
We had to get more tea.
It's just like any great reality television. I mean, there's always going to be the call out or the down of the storyline, and that's really what these people are involved in. I think that they gotta look into that, and I think that they are. I think that's why they apologize quick, because they know that that's just part of the story. They say, hey, that's part of the story. We're sorry.
Well, the faster you apologize, the faster you kind of shut up people. The faster you shut up the haters. So you just got to apologize, move on, and grow from it. Everybody makes mistakes.
And, Gorda Cora Jr. Let me get this name right. Gordaka Judah, who had this really great statement kind of explaining what was wrong with Dixie's video. TikTok insiders, they posted this video, and Dixie commented, kind of apologizing again. She responded to the backlash very recently by commenting on this video saying, quote, I posted a TikTok with the intention of making a point that didn't need to be made. I took it down, and I sincerely apologize for posting it in the first place, and I am so thankful for everyone. She said again, I will never act like this didn't happen. Anger in the moment controlled my feelings on protecting my sister, but I did not think about it. I did not realize how tone deaf I was being until I sat back and watched the video that I posted, which is a problem in itself. But hopefully this is a lesson. Hopefully this is a lesson not only for Dixie, but for any TikTok creator out there to really be conscious about the stuff that you're posting on this platform, to be aware of your audience and who is watching it, and to take a second, especially if you are about to post out of anger or rage or sadness, to take a second, take a beat, look at the video again before you post it.
You mentioned the drafts folder, Gabby. That's also very important.
You're going to get called out, though, because you got 100 million people opportunity to call you out. Look, guys, I wore this same exact sweater the last time we were talking. No one's calling me out.
No,
well,
they're
not yet. Not yet. All the comments haven't come through yet.
I could be fashion shamed. You know what I mean? I could be fashion shamed.
Well, we would hate to see that.
One positive thing to think about with Dixie that a follower had just commented on our video reminding us of is that tomorrow will actually be the 2-month anniversary of Dixie D'Amelio and Noah Beck. So that is at least something positive to think about.
Something we can really look forward to.
Something to look forward to. Noah's 2-month anniversary.
Wow. It honestly had happened so fast. I can't even believe we're already here.
I know. It feels like just yesterday they were a couple of besties at Saddle Ranch.
I know. Things change rapidly, and somebody will get canceled or called out next. That's just how this pop culture TikTok world works. Everyone's getting called. Someone new is under fire every month.
Every month, and whenever there's tea, we're here for you. We're giving it to you, so you guys are up to date on the latest, and what is going on with with all this drama.
This is a Hollywire tea party. We spill the tea.
We spill all the tea. We do.
And dance.
So what do you guys think is going to be next for Dixie and Charlie? What do you think are the next projects they're going to be working on or things they're going to be doing after this week, where it really felt like this week was calling out the D'Amelios? That's what this last week has felt like since their video dropped.
Yeah. Well, it's been a rough week for them. So, I definitely think they're going to bounce back. I think they do need to show their fans that they genuinely are sorry, and you can't just make it a public apology and then everything goes back to normal. I think you need to show growth. It's going to take a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, but I think they have a long career to look forward to for both of the sisters. I think they'll have a lot of projects. This is not going to stop them. It's just a bump in the road. Hopefully they can learn, and we got a new year coming up. It's 2021. This is a new opportunity for everybody to kind of right their wrongs and start fresh. Nothing could be worse than 2020, so
exactly.
We can only go up from here.
And Charlie D'Amelio said 2021 is going to be a very big year for her, so we're excited to hear what that means. Guys, we want to hear from you. What do you think about all this Dixie versus Trisha
Comment
controversy?
below, guys. Let us know.
I'm Gabby Conti.
I'm Tony Morris.
And I'm Zach Weinberg, and this is your Hollywire Tea Party. See you later.
Bye.